how to reverse a cavity at home. The only proven way. That's exactly what you're about to learn. And yes, it's possible, but only if you act fast and follow the right steps. In this video, I'll show you what actually works, backed by science and real clinical experience. So let's start with what a cavity really is, and then I'll show you the only proven way to reverse it. Most people think cavities just suddenly appear out of nowhere. One day your tooth is fine, and the next, boom, there's a painful hole. But the reality is far more sneaky. A cavity actually begins way before there's any visible hole or discomfort. It all starts quietly through a hidden process called demineralization, and it's happening silently without you feeling a single thing. Here's exactly how it happens. It starts with your diet. Every time you eat or drink something sugary or starchy, like soda, candy, cookies, chips, white bread, or even fruit juices, you unknowingly set off a silent chain reaction inside your mouth. Bacteria attack. The bacteria in your mouth absolutely love sugar. Every time sugar enters your mouth, these bacteria feast on it. But here's the catch. As they eat, they produce acid. And that acid is secretly the biggest enemy your teeth have. Acid eats your tooth minerals. This acid sticks to your teeth and slowly starts dissolving the protective minerals in your enamel, especially calcium and phosphate. Over time, these constant acid attacks create small, invisible soft spots that weaken your enamel. At this stage, you won't feel a thing. There's no pain, no sensitivity, and no visible hole yet. And that's exactly what makes cavities so dangerous. By the time you actually notice them, significant damage is often already done. But here's the crucial point most people don't know. A cavity can become inactive or arrested at any stage, meaning the damage stops progressing. However, true reversal, actually repairing and rebuilding your enamel, can only fully happen at these early stages, before there's a visible hole. The great news is, at this early stage, the process is completely reversible, if you act fast and correctly, that is. Your goal is to stop the acid attack and restore your enamel by replenishing the lost minerals. To do this effectively, you need to do the following. First, you need to keep the area super clean. That stops new acids from forming. Second, you need to boost your saliva production, since saliva naturally protects and rebuilds your teeth. And third, you have to use something called xylitol. It not only increases saliva, but it also actively fights the harmful bacteria because of its natural antimicrobial properties. So now you know exactly how cavities form and the critical moment when you can actually reverse them at home. But what exactly should you do to ensure you successfully reverse your cavity? Now that you know how cavities secretly form, let's talk about exactly how to stop and even reverse the damage. Now here's the deal. To truly reverse a cavity, especially in its early stages, you have to do two critical things at once. The first one is stop further acid damage immediately. And second, rapidly rebuild your tooth's enamel by adding minerals back into it. Let's break down exactly how to achieve both steps at home, backed by real science. Step 1. Stop the acid attacks. Remember, acid from bacteria eating sugar is your #1 enemy. So the first step is to cut off their food supply. Reduce your sugar and starch intake. This doesn't mean eliminating every sweet or carb you love, but start limiting how often you snack, especially sugary or processed foods. The fewer times per day sugar touches your teeth, the better. Keep the area ultra clean. Brush your teeth gently but thoroughly twice a day, and pay special attention to the cavity-prone areas. If you can keep bacteria off your teeth, you drastically reduce the acid they produce. Step 2. Remineralize your teeth. This is key. Your body has natural repair systems, but you need to give it the right tools. These 4 simple, science-backed techniques work wonders. Use fluoride toothpaste daily. Fluoride is proven to speed up remineralization, strengthening enamel and making it more resistant to acid. Make sure your toothpaste has fluoride and brush carefully for 2 minutes twice a day. No skipping. Chew xylitol gum after meals. Xylitol isn't just any chewing gum. It's your secret weapon against cavities. It stimulates saliva flow, and as we discussed, saliva is packed with calcium and phosphate, essential for remineralizing your enamel. And do you know what's even better? Xylitol actively fights harmful bacteria, slowing down and even stopping their acid production. Try an antimicrobial mouthwash. Rinsing with a fluoride or antimicrobial mouthwash regularly reduces bacteria, and strengthens enamel. This gives your teeth a powerful protective shield between brushing sessions. Eat remineralizing foods. Yes, certain foods actually help repair your enamel naturally. Dairy products like cheese, yogurt, and milk are high in calcium and phosphate. Leafy greens, almonds, and salmon also supply the minerals your teeth crave. Including these regularly in your diet can significantly boost your tooth's natural repair process. And here's something super fascinating. When you use these steps consistently, you'll not only halt cavity progression, you'll see early damage literally disappearing as your tooth rebuilds itself. But there's an important catch. This method works best at the earliest stage of cavity formation. That's why you have to start right now if you notice any warning signs. Every day counts. Next, let's tackle a big question you probably have right now. How can I tell if my cavity is reversing and healing, or if it's too late? Let's break down exactly what to look for and when you absolutely need professional help. So, how do you actually know if your cavity is reversing? Here's what to watch for. No increase in sensitivity or pain. If you're not feeling any discomfort, especially with cold or sweet things, that's a good sign the cavity hasn't progressed deeper. The spot stays the same size or become less noticeable. Early stage cavities called white spot lesions might fade slightly as minerals return to the enamel. Your dentist tells you it's inactive. Yes, a dentist can actually spot inactive cavities during a checkup. These don't need fillings and can be left alone if kept clean. And here's something most people don't know. A cavity can become inactive at any stage. That means even if your tooth already has a tiny hole, keeping it clean and cutting off the sugar acid cycle can freeze it in place. It won't heal back to perfect, but it also won't get worse and therefore no filling is necessary. Now let's be clear, if you're seeing or feeling any of these signs, home remedies alone won't cut it. Pain or sensitivity, that's getting worse. A visible hole or dark spot that's growing. Food getting stuck in the same spot every day. Bad breath or bad taste in your mouth consistently. These are signs the cavity has broken through the enamel and is likely affecting the dentin or pulp inside your tooth. At this point, the damage is no longer reversible, but it is fixable with professional treatment. The bottom line, cavities don't happen overnight and they don't need to turn into fillings either. If you act early, stay consistent, and follow the steps we've covered, you can stop the damage, heal your enamel, and avoid the drill altogether. But if you're not sure where you stand, don't guess. Get a dental exam. You might be one of the lucky ones who can stop that cavity in its tracks and keep your teeth strong for life. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that protect your teeth and your health. See you in the next one.